Hey guys, so today I'll be sharing with you a day in the life of a purser ng isang international airline here in Qatar. Now for those who are new to this channel, isa pala akong Pinay who's been here for over 10 years already. And what we normally do before the flight is we gather in a small briefing room. Naghihintay na lang ako dito ng mga crew ko. At the same time, ginagawa ko na yung trabaho ko. After that, we introduce ourselves. We tell everyone where we're from, as well as I give them the positions and the expectations for the flight. After that, we go straight away to the aircraft. Dito, hinatid na lang kami ng shuttle bus going to the aircraft na naka-assign sa amin. It will be about 10 to 15 minutes depende sa traffic. Yes, marami pa ring traffic even inside the airport. And then after that, we go straight away on board. Normally, we have 15 to 16 crew depending on the requirement for the flight at depende kung gaano kalaki yung aircraft. We are also required to be in the aircraft at least 1 hour before the departure time. We are very mindful of our time because we are aiming to have on-time performance. And I guess that's one of the reasons why we are always number one. And I'm very proud of it na isa ako sa mga empleyado at naging part ng aming success sa airline na to. And then after that, we remove all the service items, all the things that we need for the flight. And usually, I also check the cleanliness of everything. So, chine-check ng mga crew lahat ng mga zones nila. At the same time, ako yung nagpa-final check. I have to make sure that everything is properly set. Dito, chine-check ko yung washroom if everything is there already, as well as if it's placed properly. And then after that, I go do our checks. After doing the checks sa jump seat, check ko yung water level ng aeroplano at the same time ng mga equipments if there's all serviceable.
This is L1 PA check. Guys, please check if you're happy with the cleaning. The cleaning is good in the forward economy. Even EVA, they have reset the headset and the amenities. They've been kind enough to arrange between and tightly. Awesome. Thank you very much for that.
And after that PA, we do check all that the safety video is working on the screen.
Guys, please check all screens are working. 30 kilo IMP is not in the proper single position. It's getting loose. It's not standing in the position.
We also check if there are any defects in the cabin, and if there is, we normally ask the engineering team to have it fixed. As you may have noticed guys, ang dami na namin ginagawa dito at hindi pa kami bayad dyan. We are only given 15 to 20 minutes before we start the boarding. After everything is done and fixed by the engineering team, I go and check with my team if they're done with their checks as well, so I can do the all attendant call. And the kind of checks that we normally do are the safety and security checks. Safety is our safety equipments if they're all serviceable and if we are safe to fly. And at the same time, we do security checks if wala namang ibang nakalagay sa mga compartments na hindi dapat nandun at walang tao na iba aside from the crew who are operating the flight.
Alright guys, I'm gonna call you in the next 5 minutes for your checks. Please stay here. This is your Singapore L1 station. Alert 6 security checks completed. Alert 2. Thank you. Alert 3.
Aku here, okay?
And after checking with the crew if they're done with their checks, I give the security check to the captain. And then from there, I tell the captain that we are done with our checks and that we are ready for boarding. If he gives the go signal, then that's the time we start the boarding.
Alright guys, boarding clearance has been given. Any moment customers will be here. Just make sure you put your hats on please and be at your boarding station. Thank you. Hi, welcome aboard.
welcome aboard Qatar Airways, a member of the Whopper Alliance. After the outbound is seen, please place your hand luggage in the overhead storage compartment or under the seat in front of you. Customers seated in emergency exit and front row seats should prepare and clear while alighting. Please switch your electronic devices or mobile phones to flight mode, and remember, smoking, including the use of lighters, matches, and e-cigarettes is not permitted on board, including the washer. One of the things that I have to do as a supervisor as well is to introduce myself to every customer in the premium class. After everyone is on board, that's the only time I could make the welcome PA. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Privilege Club and the Whopper Frequent Flyer members. As we prepare to depart for Doha, please ensure that your hand luggage has been placed in the overhead storage compartment or under the seat in front of you. We also ask that you switch your electronic devices or mobile phones to flight mode and continue to observe the fasten seatbelt sign. Smoking, including the use of lighters, matches, and e-cigarettes is not permitted on board, including the washer. In the meantime, immerse yourself in the RX-1 flight entertainment system. Continue to stay connected after takeoff using your personal devices with a Wi-Fi on board. Please let us know if there's anything that we can do to make this flight more comfortable. Customers have now boarded this aircraft bound for Doha. Ground staffing is on time to disembark the aircraft. Thank you. And after checking with the crew, I need to ask the captain if we are clear to close the door. Then after the command of the captain to arm the door, that's the only time that we will touch the door and start arming it.
Cabin proceeds for departure.
When the safety video is done playing and the crew is done with their checks for departure, that's the only time I'll do my last cabin check before takeoff. After takeoff, when the captain recycled the seatbelt sign, that's the only time we take our service items and start changing. After the drinks and the warm nuts are ready, that's the only time that we get out of the cabin and start serving the first two customers. After serving everyone in the premium cabin, that's the only time that we prepare the trolley for the next service. This time, I am guiding the cabin crew how to serve the ambush bush or the palate pleaser in the cabin since it is her first time to serve it. So in every flight, there are certain services that we have to follow depending sa departure ng flight natin. So at this time, we departed a little late in the afternoon, so basically we will be serving dinner. And normally, we have lanterns to prepare. So prepare namin ang olive oil din sa galley before serving it to the customers. Lagi namin chine-check yung seat chart namin as guide para sa mga customers' requests. Before going out in the cabin, we have to make sure that everything is ready. All the breads are properly heated as well as the meals are piping hot. It is very important for us, especially in the premium cabin, to serve the customer with finesse and that we will avoid mistakes mistakes as well because sinasabi nga nila we are 5-star airline, and of course this 5-star airline we really have to practice as if we are in the restaurant. Every time we do our service, we have to put a linen on the customer's table na parang nasa restaurant lang. Ganyan. And then we also provide them with the table napkin. So the service that we have in the premium cabin is way more different from the economy cabin. That is because, of course, nasa premium class ka, you pay more, you get more. And minsan, hindi lahat sila kakain, so we have to just make sure that the meals are heated as per the customer's request. Kasi pag hiniheat namin lahat, baka malalamig na siya after a while. And for those who may have noticed, iba-iba pala yung configuration na nakukuha natin dito sa video ko so that you guys will have an idea on how we do things. Minsan, maliliit lang yung cabin which is maybe about 4 rows ahead. And this time, medyo mahaba-haba ito. And by the way, this is our customer's table layout. And this time, we also be giving a still or sparkling water na parang nasa restaurant, of course. At this time, the customer only asks for soup without any bread selection. It's time to serve the next dish of our customer, which is the Arabic metse. It is our signature dish and it is also a very famous, especially to the local ones. This one is also a pre-plated cold cuts, which is only served during breakfast time. It's a little tricky when you're serving in the premium class, especially with Q-Suite. It is because some of the customers, they are facing the forward cabin and some they're facing the back. So, minsan, kailangan mo talagang attentive sa pagsiserve mo kasi you really have to face the customer when you're serving them. Ngayon naman, isi-serve natin ang next main meal ng ating customer. And I believe she ordered a special meal at this time. And yes, you can order a special meal at least 24 hours before your next flight. It doesn't really matter if you are in the premium or economy cabin, especially for those who have food allergies or restrictions. Pagkatapos ng service, minsan nagmamonitor na lang ako ng cabin if they're all okay. Pero minsan talaga, they really request for another meal. Kahit tapos na silang kumain. Kaya magsiserve muna tayo. Sometimes I take over the galley so that the crew in charge can also go and check the pilots. And dahil may pasahero na naman tayo na gustong kumain, of course, I have to plate it all by myself. Of course, all the meals that we have in the premium cabin has to be plated on a Chinaware. So, iniinit na lang namin siya from a foil and then nilalagyan namin siya ng garnish para presentable siya to the customer. On flights going to the US or Australia or any flights na merong rest, normally shifting kami dito. So, kung wala akong crew na kasama, of course, dalawa-dalawa lang kami in every galley. Natutulog yung iba at yung iba naman nagtatrabaho. So, ganito yon. Bisor ka, at the same time, ikaw din yung nagtatrabaho in the galley. So, depende kung may mga customer tayo na kailangan nating pakainin, of course, we have to heat the meals. Ayan. Sa tagal ko na sa trabaho ito, minsan napapaisip ako if this is the same want to do for the rest of my life. Kasi minsan parang easy na lang siya eh. Pupunta ka lang sa flight, tapos gawan mo lang yung kailangan mong gawin, tapos ka na, tapos nababayaran ka na dun. Pero minsan, napapaisip ka din, parang masyadong unhealthy na to ah. Kasi yung shifting namin, hindi kami nakakatulog ng maayos. At the same time, pupunta kami sa isang lugar na nag-shift din yung time. So after doing my paperwork as a supervisor, I have to attend to my customer's request, which is doing or making a cappuccino. And this time around, he wants to have a cookie along with it. So ganito kami gumagawa ng cappuccino. So we have to steam it. We have a machine that actually just steam the milk to make it froth. And then after that, we put the espresso. Now, it's time to serve it to the customer. Masyadong bumpy tayo today, so kailangan natin lagyan ng fasten seatbelts na message dun sa mga monitor nila para lagi silang naka-seatbelt. Tsaka, this time, I have to ask the crew in economy if they're doing okay, and I have to tell them to check their names on their own kasi mag-isa lang ako dito sa galley. While waiting for the next team to come down, then I have to prepare everything for them so that when they come, it's easy for them to serve the customer because everything is already heated. Now it's my turn to go for my rest. And most of the time, if we have a longer flight, I always ask the crew to finish the service as soon as possible so that we can have a longer rest. Most of the time, pag ikaw yung purser, ikaw yung laging last magre-rest. And ganito pala yung bunk namin. Kasi you need to make sure that everything is set by the crew at naiintindihan nila lahat ng ini-instruct mo sa kanila. Ganito pala yung itsura ng bunk natin. Maliit lang siya, pero comfy. Tsaka may bedding kami, may comfortable na pillow at tsaka blanket. And of course, we have to remove our uniform, remove our pins and everything para komportable tayo matulog. And of course, after my rest, I have to go and do my grooming check. I have to check if I have a lipstick and it has to be up to standard. And since nagugutom ako, kailangan kong kumain. I'm so glad that we still have some meals left from the premium cabin so I could enjoy them. Pagkatapos kong kumain, kailangan ko lang tatapusin tong paperwork ko. I need to do some handover for the next crew who will take over the aircraft. And finally, the service is done, and now I just have to turn on the lights and finalize everything. Cabin crew commands final security. So now we are ready to land, and I have to check the overall cabin if they're all properly secured by my crew. And of course, that includes the economy cabin as well. Now that we are about to land, I have to double check with the crew if they're all seated in their jump seat and that the cabin is secured for landing. And I hope you guys have enjoyed my vlog for today, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.
Welcome to Doha, the state of the Qatar Airways in the world. The local time here is 7:40 p.m. seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has completely stopped and the seatbelt sign is switched off. Be safe here when opening overhead storage compartments and ensure that you have all your personal belongings and travel documents with you as you disembark from the aircraft. Remember that smoking is not permitted until you are within the designated smoking area. Customers traveling onwards in first and business class are invited to use the exclusive premium transfer facility in the transfer hall. It has been a pleasure taking care of you today, and we thank you for choosing to fly with Qatar Airways and the Wawa Alliance. Qatar Airways, going places together. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure a smooth disembarkation process, we ask you to remain seated until we will identify you hazardly. Would also like to take this opportunity to apologize for the late arrival of this aircraft and for any inconvenience this may have caused you. Thank you and a very good evening. Hi, Captain from Darcy.
Anything else in the book?
They didn't say anything.